What's poppin' peeps? T-Money up in the house, here to do a fill-in review for one of the Body Bags members, Abriel, I believe. And so today is Wednesday, my old review day. So the film that I chose to review is one that I just actually picked up from the 88 Films Indiegogo campaign that I participated in about a year ago. We just got the 4 films in the mail if you had ordered them. So the film is called Massacre in Dinosaur Valley, and it was from 1985. It's an Italian cannibal film, exploitation cannibal horror, from that genre that was so popular back then. The release date was August 13th, 1985, and it is directed by Massimo Tarantini, credited as Michael E. Lemick in the film. Excuse me, I got bad heartburn, guys, so bear with me for this. Not feeling the best. The film stars Michael Sopke as Kevin Hall, Suzanne Carvalho as Eva Ibanez, Milton Rodriguez as Captain John Heinz, and Marta Anderson as Betty Hines. There are also several other characters that are involved in the filming, or in the film as well, but they weren't as important, so I didn't include their names. The film synopsis is basically about a plane that crashes in the Amazon jungle, and the passengers are forced to, they land in the Amazon, and they're forced to battle their way against cannibals, natural, animals, piranhas. There's all kinds of things. Slave traders get introduced in the film, but basically you have this character played by Michael Sopke. He's a dinosaur fossil studier, something like that, archaeologist, and he gets, in Brazil, he hears about these people going to the Amazon for whatever reason, I forget, and so he wants to go and study dinosaurs, or look for dinosaur eggs or fossils in the Amazon. So he goes on board. I forget, I'm sorry guys, I can't tell you the reasoning behind why the rest of the crew wants to go, but anyway, so they're it's very similar to the film by Eli Roth that came out recently, The Green Inferno, in the sense that you've got a group of passengers traveling to the jungle, in this case the Amazon, and their plane crashes and they land in the middle of this, this tribe that's cannibalistic tribe, and they have to fight their way. But it's not just the cannibals in this film that you have to worry about. It's also just the elements of the Amazon. Nature itself, the animals, the weather, and also some tribesmen or slave owners that are in there as well. So, just to give you another synopsis, a little more of a thorough one, it says the storyline, according to IMDb, Michael Sopke, played by Kevin Hall, played my, yeah, you get it, hitches a ride to Brazil to dig up some dinosaur bones. Once in Brazil, he tangles with the locals and manages to secure a ride on a charter flight deep into Amazonia. All hell breaks loose as the plane crashes deep in the heart of the jungle, leaving Sopke, megalomaniac Soares, and a bunch of supermodels on their own to trek back to society. The group runs into cannibals, quicksand, murderous animals, and a renegade mine run by slave owners. I guess I'll just talk about the things that I liked about the film. There were a lot of deaths, and like I said, I'm not going to go into the details, but there were deaths by the cannibals, quicksand, everything I just mentioned, so that was cool. Action-packed, fast-paced. The acting was sleazy and in a good way. I said that was kind of a minus as well, but it was very sleazy, the acting. The music was good. Let's see. There was plenty of gratuitous sex and gore, so if you're into that, exploitation, it does not fall short in that category whatsoever. It delivers the goods as far as nudity goes. The setting was probably the best part of the film to me. There were some amazing shots of the Amazon, rivers, trees, just very, very authentic and real, which is cool. You don't get that that scenery as much these days, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, the setting was really neat. The rainforest. Let's see. The women were really hot. The story was entertaining enough. It was a jungle adventure. And let's see. just writing down things I wrote. So the negatives, I said the acting was terrible, and the acting was terrible by the lead, and then by, well, yeah, the lead mainly. The acting was bad. They could have gotten somebody else to play the role, but it had its charm because it definitely, you know, is what it is for this era, the 80s and the exploitation horror that was coming out. So you've got bad, but I feel like Cannibal Ferox and Cannibal Holocaust had much better acting, so this was a little bit sleazier. The other thing is there's no dinosaurs, so the film is called Massacre in Dinosaur Valley, so I was hoping to see a little bit of more dinosaurs, but really it had no dinosaurs whatsoever, just the fact that there were once fossils and traces of them in the valley that the film was shot in. There wasn't a lot of cannibalism for a cannibal film, so that was pretty lame. You don't really get, actually, I think, any cannibal deaths, maybe. Maybe they're off screen, I'm not sure. The special effects were lacking. There wasn't a lot of gore. There were a lot of kills, like I said, but it just wasn't very heavy on the gore. And for this film, it's kind of a staple, like watching those, you know, some of the tribal rituals that take place in other films of this nature is a cool part of it, and this film kind of just lacked that, I think. There's one scene, I think, where the tribesmen are torturing somebody and they're chanting, which was cool, but and also, not that it really personally mattered to me, but the film is very, what's the word, it portrays women very poorly, just like sleazy sex toys, basically. I think that's mostly due to the script writing, and so for what it's worth, that was, I guess, a negative, especially for women. So yeah, I mean, that's basically it. I thought that the co-star, the guy who played kind of like the, what do you call it, the anti-hero or the bad guy in the crew, Captain John Hines, he was pretty good. He played a good, you know, villain, very much like, I can't think of a similar character in this type of film, but he was the guy that, as soon as the plane crashed, he tried to take charge and was very rude and threatened to kill people, destroy people's personal belongings, all that sort of stuff he did. He was just basically the villain of the crew, although there were several. You've got the tribal cannibals themselves, you've got the slave traders, and then you've got him. So plenty of enemies for the hero, Michael Sapko, and the rest of the gang to deal with. Kind of like an Indiana Jones type theme too. You've got the guy who's the hero, and then the enemy, and that sort of thing. So I would recommend this film. I think I've gone on long enough. It's fun. You can get it from 88 Films on their website if you're interested. I think that's basically all I have. The quicksand death was really cool. I won't say who or what happened there, but that was a lot of unique deaths, I guess. Pretty creative in that sense. But again, the acting wasn't good. Oh, and also the film Blast Fighter from 1984, some of the music from this film actually was taken from that, so you might recognize that if you're a fan of Blast Fighter. Yeah, so if you guys want an action-packed cannibal exploitation film from the 80s, and you've seen all the greats, like the classics, like Cannibal Holocaust and Cannibal Ferox, I would recommend you guys give this one a whirl. It's definitely worth a watch. So yeah. Alright, I don't know when I'll catch you guys again, but I will be back. Thanks a lot for having me. Peace.